Good morning. So, as you can see, I have a co-host today. Sticking with my Wednesday video, holding myself accountable, that sort of thing. So this week I've been talking about toxicity. I've been talking a lot about other people's toxicity affecting you, affecting me, affecting everyone, and how we can put up boundaries to stop that. But I feel like I want to talk about really briefly the toxicity that we bring upon ourselves, because we can also be very toxic to ourselves. Maybe not all the time, but and it's from outside influences like other toxic people. Trust me, I have had my fair share just this week. But it could also be that, we don't know where it came from or what caused it or why we consistently tell ourselves we're not good enough for something, or tell ourselves that we can't do something, or it's very easy for us to fall into our own toxicity. It's actually easier for us to fall into our own toxicity than it is for us to push away others' toxicity, or to deal with others' toxicity. Because after a while, with other people, blah 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 blah, you can eventually get fed up. Now, I wrote yesterday about the art of no, and the art of no is saying no to other people, but you have to also apply that to yourself, and say, no, I'm not going to sit here and start telling myself, I can't do this, I'm not going to do this, I'm never going to be this, I'm never going to get rid of this, I'm never going to, for example, one of the things I used as an example yesterday was the toxicity of my ex-husband and I fighting. And after I wrote that blog, sure enough, I still went ahead, and I own it, and had another fight with him via text, because I just could not say no. And that is me being toxic to myself. Not almost, it is. Because I already just stated that I knew that it was wrong, that I should just leave it alone, but I still chose to fall down the rabbit hole and listen to him go on and on about basically everything that's horrible about me, or, the broken record. Um, uh, so, yeah. So, anyway, I fell into a bit of a slump yesterday because of that, and to the point of, like, I just didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to do work. I didn't want to do anything. I allowed somebody else's toxicity to infiltrate my evening and infiltrate my life, and I allowed things that somebody said about me to make me believe them, or to think that they're right, or to think that they have a point when really there is no point. That person is just toxic. So we can be toxic to ourselves. We can facilitate the toxicity of others. It's not necessarily always just the other person attacking you and saying blah 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 blah, and then you going, no, I'm not going to take it anymore. You can also be part of that, and you have to own that piece of it. Now, just to clarify, I'm not talking about abuse. I always try to clarify that, because abuse, like a husband beating a wife, those things are not your fault. Those things are not, you did not ask for that. You did not. So I just want to clarify that I'm talking more on the verbal end of, like, when you can hang up a phone. Hang up a phone. When you can, walk away. Walk away. When you can shut a door. Shut a door. If you are in a position where it's a really violent situation, I recommend you reach out to your nearest domestic violence group hotline, nearest friend, even to just start talking about the ways that you can get out of it. And if you don't have a friend, a hotline to get rid of that toxicity. But if you're someone like me who's not going through that physical abuse anymore, and you can just hang up the phone, don't facilitate your own toxicity and make yourself turn on yourself because someone else is feeding stuff into your ear, just shut the phone off. Just shut the phone off. Just shut off the fucking phone. So yeah. In other words, this whole thing about me rambling right now has been about be kind to yourself, even if others aren't kind to you. Anyway, he's really mad about my book, by the way, because he doesn't think that he did anything that was in it. So you guys should pick up a copy and read about the things he didn't do, apparently, because I made up my whole life story, apparently. It's quite funny to read. It's like Trump. It's hysterical. I never did. I'm like, I don't even know who you. That's not your name in the book. Anyway, pick a copy up so that you could find out the things he's saying he didn't do. And how I survived that and how I survived alcoholism, because I'm not going to flatter him. The book isn't about him. It's about me and my survival and everything that I've learned to bring to you right now. So, that being said, my co-host is gone. Where'd my co-host go? No, bye, kitty. Anyway, that being said, I check out my book. It's on Amazon. I have 2 poetry books on Amazon. I have blogs Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm featured on Medium. Check me out. And everybody have a good Wednesday. And be kind to yourself.